Yes, boys.
What's up, people?
Back.
How we doing?
Come on. We're back again.
Back again.
Yeah. Last episode was serious.
Yeah. Make sure to check out.
Yeah,
check it out.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Facts. Let us know, man.
Yeah.
This is the L Earning Pod. Like, we're here for the people.
Yeah, this is the People's Podcast.
I think someone's already taken it out. Someone's already taken it out.
Sorry.
Yeah. But as you can hear through the thing, or as you're seeing, this is your boy F17, aka Hood's Les Brand.
This is your boy JK.
It's your boy Dan.
And you know that this is the L
Earning
Podcast.
Yes, sir. What you say, man?
Good. Yeah, so I kind of had a thought in my head, and I want to run it by you guys, see what you thought. So I remember having a conversation with someone, and the vibe I was getting from them was they were basically saying that people's earning potential should be kind of capped at a certain limit. Essentially what they were saying was, like, he doesn't see why people should be billionaires. I want to get your thoughts on this. Like, do you feel like people should have their earning potential capped? And if so, like, why?
So firstly, I want to know why this guy thought people should, like, what was this?
Yeah, so I think we might be talking about, for example, like Jeff Bezos, right? And we're basically saying, yeah, does he give like enough of his money that he earns, whatever, to kind of charities or charitable donations? That's the point I was kind of making. Does he necessarily have to? I think just this whole idea, okay, people earn so much, but they potentially only give a certain amount, a certain little percentage of what they earn. But bearing in mind, if you're going to earn so much, and even if you're giving like 1%, that 1% is like $1 million or something, or like a...
And I think my main thing is, this is a people's world, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only reason people are rich is because of people.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really put, if people are interested in the thing that you're offering, you're always offering something, right?
Yeah.
And then people buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stop myself
Exactly.
from you buying it.
That's the thing is, like, most people cussing Jeff Bezos have Amazon Prime. Do you get it? Like, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, for me personally, as an entrepreneur, I don't like. I think it's a very silly thing to say, like, you should cap people's earning potential. Like, if someone's created a service that serves the world and has been successful at it, without a doubt, he's going to be a billionaire because there are a lot of people in the world, and that's all it is. Like, the more people you serve, the more money you get.
Literally.
So it's like if you find a system where you can serve the world.
Exactly, and if you're limiting people's potential as well, and we talked about this in the previous episode, so make sure to check it out, you're limiting people's ability to become their best selves. You can tell them, okay, you can only earn so much money, and if you get to that level, you can't earn anything more than that. Like,
flip coin to that though, there are some jobs that are earning way too much money.
Give me an example.
Football.
I
mean, I love it, right? So, but does someone really need 12 million to kick a ball around? And if you pay a footballer 12 million, why is the doctor not paid?
Because
I know the reason why.
Go on,
but the thing is, so like the thing is, where should the football money go? Because in essence, I do agree that footballers shouldn't be get paid. Sergio Ramos has played 2 games for people. So I do agree that footballers shouldn't, but then it's like, football generates that much money.
So you know where that money can go, for example, in actually building, like football grounds. Like, look at England, for example, right?
Yeah.
People play in parks and stuff. Like, nothing wrong with a park. Like, everyone grew up playing in parks and stuff, but there's no facilities. There's not that many facilities for like clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
At least in Italy, you look at it, like, when you go football, you're serious, man. Your whole team is walking, everyone's got the same bag, same kit. It's proper,
in England it's different.
In England, they're not investing. Obviously, every now and then you see footballers themselves actually doing something for the community. But I'm sure they can take some money away and actually invest properly into it. Obviously, it's easier said than done. I'm not involved with any of that. But you can see, at least in that sense, they are struggling a bit, or they're not doing enough,
So in that sense, should like movie stars and musicians also not be getting as much money as they get?
Is it art?
You could put them in a similar category to footballers, in a sense.
No, because musician is an art. You're creating art with, is a talent. Like, look at Ed Sheeran, bro, doing his own beat, playing. Is an art, right?
Yeah.
So it's like being an entrepreneur. I think it's the same thing with music.
Yeah. I mean, I
think football is tough.
It could be art.
You can, because Messi is, Cristiano Ronaldo, But I don't know. It's a tough one. The thing is, how do you fix it? I don't really know. But I do think they're getting paid way too much for doing something. I can't even say it's not hard because the sacrifice is a lot. And I don't think people take that into consideration. As a footballer, fair enough, you're kicking the ball around, but you're training every day, 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, there's things that you can't do because of this and that. So there is sacrifice in it.
Of course.
But again, 12 million a year, as you said, Sergio Ramos played 2 games, earning more than some people will.
Yeah.
People would never see in free lifestyle.
Of course. That's I guess my thing is now because I agree that footballers get paid way too much and it doesn't make any sense. But then it's like football will always generate crazy much money because people like us that flipping love it and we're gonna watch it all the time.
Yeah.
And then now it's just about the redistribution of football
And the funds.
Like how if we're not paying the ballers that much, where's the money going? And also as a baller, I'm thinking of it like they're performing. I don't like Bernabeu, 80,000 people.
Yeah.
Paying €100.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically gates more than 1 million for one day to watch it. So like, do you get? And it's like I'm performing in front of 80,000 people.
Do you deserve $1 million for it? Not $1 million.
But
do you deserve 12 million
a year?
Or would you not live the same life if I gave you, I don't know.
That's the question you got to ask these footballers. Like, would they be, what's like almost the minimum level of funds they'll be willing to accept to continue to do what they love? Because they say they love, well, a lot of them anyway, they say they love football, right? But you got to think.
I'd play football if I was earning a 30k salary.
You would?
Yeah.
But I think they all would.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I don't think people go into football for money.
Yeah,
like, as a kid,
and it's not up to them anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? The salary's not up to them. If someone gives me 12 million, I'm not gonna say no, give me 30.
Yeah.
It's too much. I'm not gonna do that.
So it's not the footballers' fault.
No,
I think
no.
It's the industry.
we need to, do you get it? We need to address like the industry. I think basically. To be fair, I think football basically is run by some fraudsters, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And then like there's just some sort of crazy money laundering shit. But like it like at this very top, because footballers. So someone once told me that they changed their perspective. So for example, if someone said that their salary was like 3 million, they were like, "Bro, someone pays you that."
Yeah.
So what's your boss on? So if we deep it, footballers getting paid 12 million, like.
But who's the top of football? There's no obviously you got
the owners, I guess.
The clubs.
Yeah, they're the top.
The club are the employer, and they pay the players.
There's restrictions between what the club can do, and they don't impose those restrictions. As in, not so much on how much they can pay. Well, you got like fair play and stuff.
Which does.
Oh, that
is,
bypass
but that's not the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's someone on top of the owners that make the rules. And then we kind of
but it's not most of the rules. So I'm more thinking because there's always going to be some. So even for example, like a banker, if a banker gets 30k, there's going to be someone who regulates banks. But it's more so like the boss of that bank is paying someone 3 million.
Yeah.
Therefore, how much is he getting?
But I think there's always rules about how much you can pay or whatever set by someone else.
Yeah, some governing body.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So fair enough is obviously the employer, but the employer pays within their means first and what they can.
No, but so my point is, if footballers are getting 12k a year, imagine how rich the owners are.
Bro, if you look at
that's a good point.
You look at the Man City.
So that's what. That like football in itself is run by. I don't know.
I think is the people, innit? People like me, you, Dan. We watch it. We pay for it. Sky, BT Sport, we go to the stadium, we travel to another country to go to the stadium.
But you know what's interesting? Like golf.
Ooh, okay.
So much money in it.
But who watches golf?
You'd be surprised.
Okay, I know people watch golf, but really, if we compare it
it's
to
the sponsors, bro. It's the sponsors.
It is the sponsors. It is the sponsors.
Like the same with football, I guess. It's all the sponsors.
Because a lot more people watch the Olympic final than the Golf Masters.
Yeah.
But the Golf Masters guys get
more money.
Zillion times more money than the guys in the Olympic final.
And when it says Olympic, like 100 meters, 200 meters.
Yeah, and you wonder why that's the case. Like, Because are they more skilled? Like you
I
can't
think
say
it's
for
the
sure, but are they
sponsors,
more
isn't it?
skilled than those Olympians? Like
So that's when the people that run the sport, because people that run athletics are silly in my opinion. See, athletics is not advertised well. It's not. Did you guys know that there's a World Championships happening next week?
see, I didn't know, and I
No
actually
idea.
love athletics.
And that's the biggest problem with athletics. There's a World Championship next week, which is going to be crazy because Marcel Jacobs, who won 100 meters in the Olympics, is going to race Christian Coleman, who would have gone to the Olympics but got like banned.
One of the fastest men of all time.
And it's a big clash. And it's a big, but if you're a normal civilian, you don't know about it.
You only know about the Olympics.
The Olympics, just every 4 years.
It's true. I've always said to you,
Yeah.
I would have known nothing about athletics if it wasn't for you.
Which is mad.
And the only thing I would have known is that Usain Bolt is the maddest man in the world, fastest man in the world, wherever. And he's getting money for it because he's the fastest man in the world, but it's from sponsorship. It's not that they're paying him what they should be paying him.
Yeah.
It's the sponsorship. So yeah, I think it is very bad, like badly advertised. And I don't really know how you can do it better. I mean, you can do Olympics every 2 years, people will still watch, but
I think it's not even about the Olympics every 2 years. It's about because there's an event happening all the time.
Yeah.
So it's about just advertising it and promoting it properly, helping people understand the characters, so people can buy into a person.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So like, for example, tennis, I just like Federer, but like, so see, if someone buys into like, I don't know, Frederick Freeman, they're like, oh, I like him, I'm gonna support him.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna
like
watch
football,
him.
innit?
Yeah.
Kinda like Messi versus Ronaldo.
In athletics, is not always. I mean, you have Usain Bolt, you have some characters, but really, there's not. Would you say there's as many like in athletics? Like
There are, but people just don't
You
know.
don't know
about
that.
it.
They don't really have the chance to display their character.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think Usain Bolt really displayed who he was through interviews.
He's run fast,
you know,
bro.
he was run fast, and then before the race, he would like talk to the guys, squad people around, like do his thing, and he didn't talk. If you deep it, some people probably don't even know what Usain Bolt sounds like.
yeah.
And also, the things at the beginning of the race were cool because he's fast.
Yeah.
Because people do stuff at the beginning of the race, but they're not fast, so people don't care.
But the thing is, these things are remembered if you win.
Yeah.
If you do it and you come, bro, like if you come sixth,
I'm not gonna
remember the guy
It's true.
But his impacts when he wins, you know. Then you do it once, he wins, do it twice, he wins. You say Usain Bolt, everyone knows.
Yeah. He had charisma as well. He had charisma still.
He did.
Yeah.
Personality.
Yeah.
You know. And I think maybe like having a bigger like I guess social media influence, you know, as an athlete. I think Jacobs, I remember speaking to Fred before he won. To be fair, I don't actually remember the number, but in terms of followers, right?
Yeah, like 50k or something.
50k or something.
Now?
1 minute, it was like 900.
Almost
Every second I
700.
refreshed.
You just
I think
saw
he's
more.
on like 700 or 900 and so. Probably close to a million.
Yeah.
Maybe on a million, I don't know. But this is in the space of an hour. Why? Because everyone watched the 100 meters Olympic final. Everyone watches it. He won. And boom, everyone started following. And now you can actually have a social media influence. But then,
You can make money.
do you only have to win for you to be able? You should have that anyways, you know, as an athlete, so that people can get to know who you are and not just like you because you're fast, but
because
they
you've
get
got
to
something
know
about
the
you.
personality.
100%, and like what you stand for, and like whatever you stand for, I stand for, so I can back him. And even just watching athletics difficult, fam. Like the British Championships, to watch it, you have to go on a red button, and it's out of people's way.
Yeah, they don't make it as accessible as
if you put it on BBC One or like, then people might just stumble across it, and do you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna segue it. The game is run by a bunch of frauds.
Yeah.
Like Simon Leviev.
Number one fraudster out there. Jeez.
It's mad how you can do something so, I want to say simple.
Yeah.
Because
No, it's
simple, right?
Okay.
But make so much money out of it. Obviously, this is fraud, and I'm not saying.
We're not vouching for
Yeah,
fraud.
I'm not
Yeah,
vouching
that's
for
not
it
what
at all. But
Do you think it's simple? I think it's just kind of complicated.
well, bro,
It's somewhat complex.
it's complicated to start it off. As in, the story is simple.
Okay.
The storyline, right? I'm a millionaire.
But the storyline is simple. What made it complex was that the first encounter
Yeah, bro, you said
was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like
crazy.
there was the private jet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was so that's why.
But my thing is,
Yeah.
you meet someone for coffee for half an hour.
And then he
This
said
guy
that's
says,
different.
"Let's take a private jet," and you.
Stupid.
I find that mad.
I find that
If my daughter
Yeah.
did that, I'd be absolutely fuming.
Yeah.
I found that mad, and I still found that mad. But what made me feel a bit more like what's going on here is after that girl went on the private jet, when he started asking her for money, that was like.
But so at that point, I think disclaimer. I think the girls are stupid. Yeah. But at that point, the reason why I kinda hear it is because he's showing you the jet.
I don't think the girls are stupid. I think the one girl is stupid, which is the first one. For actually, taking that chance. Anything could have happened in that trip.
That's true.
The reason why I don't think they're stupid is because what you said, right? So, like, the second girl, for example.
Yeah.
Which one?
They were just friends.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
There was nothing involved. Like, they were just friends, right? This guy takes you on a holiday, right? Like, realistically, what's stupid about that? No. Someone offers you a holiday.
Do you know what's stupid about that? No. What's stupid about that is that, so your dad is a billionaire.
Supposedly.
And you need 20k.
No, not that, bro. Not
That's what I
forget that. Let's before we get there.
Okay.
Like,
you're saying in terms of accepting and indulging in the lifestyle.
Let's say I'm your friend, right?
Okay.
And you take me on holiday like 3 times a year, private jet. You're paying for everything, bro. We're going to the club and wherever. You pay for 20k checks here and there. I know you have money. I have seen it, right?
Also, you're not gonna doubt it.
You message me now, and you say, JK, like I'm struggling. Can you lend me 10k? And obviously, I'll get it back to you, bro. You. I've made my life dreams come true, bro. I've seen things I've never seen before, and I've seen that your word is your, like, literally, if you say 10, it's 10. You ask me for 10k, bro. If I have it, I'll give it to you.
Which is what the woman did, I guess. That was her savings that she gave.
If I have it, I'll give it to you. Why? Because I know that you've shown me that if you say black is black, right?
Yeah, you're for real.
So I'll give it to you.
But also, the
thing is, the reason why I don't think they're stupid per se is because like after he gave the 10k, he was showing this like bank transaction of I just given you 100k, it should be there in your bank. Bro, like I gave you 10k, you gave me 50 back. I'm like, if you need more money, just let me know. I'll give you what I can.
But the 50 never lands.
Never lands.
And then he asked for another 10k.
Of course, and that's when they start to become a bit.
And then when he asked the girls to start taking credit cards out in their name, that's when I was like, boom.
That's just the girlfriend though.
No, they didn't talk all
of it. You see also the friend thing,
Yeah.
They didn't really go into it, but it seemed a bit booky. Because she was travelling across the world with him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think there was some sort of freeway stuff going on, most likely.
Yeah.
And also, were they actually, were they friends? Like, did they meet on Tinder?
They met on Tinder, and then she saw him. She said it's too short.
They went on a date, didn't they? Yeah.
They went on a date, and the date didn't really go like.
So they stay friends. Yeah.
So then the issue is that we definitely can't compare it to like me and you.
Oh no, I'm just saying, bro. Like.
But okay, so if we reverse it, let's say, okay, so it's not a girl, I meet a brother, like, just, I don't know, we just encounter like at London Podcast Studio, shout out London Podcast Studio, and then cool, we end up just linking up, and he's rich, like, we go clubbing, bottles, he's buying all of us bottles, he's like, oh man, I'm going to Mexico next week, I'll pay for everything, okay, we go Mexico, so for 1 year, this goes on.
Bro, that's crazy, bro, think about it.
And then he asks me, okay,
think about it, bro.
For like 50 grand and I have it.
You will give it to him, bro.
Ooh.
No, you will give it to him.
I will give it to him.
I don't care. I don't care what you guys.
I have to play out in my head. I would give it to him.
You will give it to him for a year. You had to go toilet. You paid for the toilet paper. You needed to brush your teeth. You bought the best toothbrush you've ever seen in your life.
He paid for a Spanish girl to come and brush her teeth for you.
Everything that all these dreams in your life you had. Bro, I've never stepped on a private jet in my life. If you show me, not that if you show me a private jet, I'll give you it. But like, it's like, wow, you're doing that for a year, bro.
Okay, I probably would, but obviously when it comes to just letting people borrow money in general, I'm very careful who I let people borrow money from, because I know certain people will pay me back in quick time, and others will just be long.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. I just think that with that, it would be easier for you to give it, because you're like, you've seen the amount of money that he supposedly had, and you're like, you trust it a little bit more, right? If I ask you for 50k and I've taken you around the world on private jets, you kind of trust it a little bit more, like, so, but you think he's gonna come back.
I guess the biggest thing here in this scenario is if you have it. So if you ask me for 50k and I have 50k in the bank, I won't give it because I only have 50k in the bank. Yeah. If I've got like 200 racks, then I might give it.
Yeah.
But do you think if you have 25, okay, let's say you have 30, he asks you for 20.
No, I'm not giving. No.
I think you will.
I don't think so.
I think it's easy to say that.
I don't.
Because
Yeah,
we're not in the
it's
situation.
easy to say it, but
I don't know.
one thing I wouldn't do is having to end up taking a loan.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, that 100%. That I agree with. I
That's
agree
not
with.
happening.
I want like if it had 30 nails for 20, I'll be like, bro, I'll give you 5. Yeah,
Give me
I'll give
another
you 5,
five.
and then you sort out the rest of 15. I can help you out partly, but I think that's more so that I would help him if I'm gonna be. I would help, but like, yeah, taking out the loans and that.
I tell you, like, taking out the loans is.
But also, the thing is, so have you guys seen that Discovering Anna thing?
No, I've not seen it.
No.
Discovering Anna, she's basically a female Lviv, and it's from a true story. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I've seen
And
that.
she's Russian, but she said she was German,
Yeah.
and she was in America, just finessing banks, finessing people.
Oh, so very similar. Yeah.
But she's celebrated.
Why? I
She's-
why?
But it's a very different. With Lviv, it's like, oh, he's a waste man. With her, it's kind of like, oh, she's sick, like she's wavy.
I haven't watched
And
this.
she, honestly, and her thing is, she manipulated people. She basically, so it's this very similar thing. She told these banks that her dad is a rich German,
Yeah.
and she's like, you know, like give me this loan, like give me this 200k overdraft because, you know, and they're like, okay, give like your paperwork hasn't gone through, but she was very like pissed. She's like, yo,
Yeah.
like, do you know who my dad is? Da, 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 da. And she literally convinced these like big American bankers
Yeah.
to give her like stupid money, but she was just very frugal and she just spent all her money.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically she's in prison at the moment. She got caught, she's in prison.
Okay. Oh, that's ironic. She's in prison.
shocking.
He's not.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, free.
Have you seen Puppet Master?
And I was
No,
like,
not seen
This
it.
is on Netflix as well.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So these man, back in the days when the IRA,
Yeah.
Irish IRA, and the England was kind of obviously fighting, and there were bombs planted in England at the time. So this guy basically acted as if he was FBI, not FBI, but a special agent.
Special agent or something. Yeah.
And for 20 years, bro, it's taking people around, making them think they're in danger, making their family pay for protection. Bro, 20 years. Some people been traveling up, like you take them to Portsmouth, day after say we need to move, take them to Birmingham, all around England.
While he's
One minute
getting
they're
paid.
here, next minute they're there. 20 years of someone's life, they lived as if, they'll say, oh, you need to cut your hair.
Yeah, the
you need to be
enemies are
different.
coming.
Yeah, so they'll say, oh, they'll move to, I don't know, Portsmouth. They'll say, you need to find a job here, and they'll find a job, they'll work. All the money that they get, they pay him for protection.
Yeah.
Bro, 20 years.
Where is he now?
All the family.
He's chat rubbish.
Chatting rubbish. It's
Bro, I think
free.
You holding the thing is making it sometimes.
He's free now. Like I think he didn't even get arrested for it.
Is he
So this guy was
Bro,
chatting rubbish the whole time.
The explanation is not the best. Watch it if you can. But he was basically Tinder Swindler,
Yeah.
but on another
Another level.
on another
So he's
level.
pretending he's pretending enemies are coming. So he's saying, I need to protect you from these enemies. You're paying me for protection. We're moving you around the country.
Yeah.
But for 20 years, then he was chatting.
See, but the Tinder Swindler did the exact same thing. You don't remember the scene where he like his bodyguard, like I don't remember the picture.
Peter down.
Yeah, there was like an image of him like almost like stabbed or something. Like, oh yeah, my enemies are coming. You gotta pay him. Like, right, the lengths that people
But
go.
this
This
guy
guy's done
was
it for
traveling
20
with
years
them
though,
as
yeah,
well. He
this
was
is-
traveling with them.
Oh,
Next
yeah.
level.
So everywhere he was going, and then he was like to them. Obviously, I think he normally looked out for like people with a bit of cash, you know.
Mhm.
And then he was like, oh, like you need to contact your family and get them to give us 30k so you can pay for protection and right, and stuff like that.
But so what was he protecting them from?
Enemies, I guess.
What was it? Yeah,
Like apparently, people were after them because they were in contact. So he created this story
yeah.
that one Irish guy that went to this uni was part of the IRA,
Yeah.
and he thought that he was getting, you know, he got suspicious and he thought that they were spying on him. So he was like, they're after you now, they're after your family, you need to leave, and you know, you need protect. But bro, 20 years.
That's crazy.
And so you said the Discovering Anna girl, right? She's
it's
like
nice.
celebrated, right?
Yeah, that's
And
the mad thing.
You know, I was thinking why potentially she might be
Alright.
because the difference between her and Simon is that Simon was doing this to
People.
people.
Okay.
Anna was doing this to banks, and obviously especially
Yeah.
American banks. Obviously, after the whole financial crisis, whatever, sometimes American banks are viewed very negatively. So in that sense, I kind of get it, but still, like.
I mean, I don't blame her, innit?
Yeah, I kind of get it too. Like, if you're taking from like the average Joe, like you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
If you take it from the corporations, then you do what you gotta do. You get cool. You do what you gotta do, man. Their money's insured.
That's true. They'll get it back, man. They'll get it back.
Yeah,
But as a corporation, bro, like I say, oh, my dad's rich, give me 20k overdraft, and you give it, like,
you're silly.
you know what I mean?
You're silly. But I've always said like scam artists would make incredible entrepreneurs because it's very transferable skills. You have to be very convincing, so you're good at sales. Like you have to be able to like think at scale, like and get clients.
Yeah.
Like if you just applied what you're applying in the scamming world in the real world, you could have a very successful
They
business.
want it quick, man. They don't have time to
get rich quick schemes.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, bro. Like, how many people get scammed on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been scammed?
Plenty of them.
Yeah, man. I don't know where to start from. Yeah, I mean, scammed a lot of times. Yeah.
Hence why I'm never like, oh, like you're silly.
Yeah.
That's never my reaction, innit? Sometimes it's like
You're
there's
thinking
things.
it.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's some things where it's like, no, I'm sorry about that. You're really.
But actually, when I think about it, on the other hand, every time I've got scammed is because I was hungry for money. I was hungry for money. I wanted money now, and that increases your gullibility. If that's a good word. You become more gullible because you just want the money in it.
Yeah.
So someone says to you, "Oh, like you can do it this way." And you're hungry. You're like, let's go. Let's try it.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Because I remember there was a time when I was like looking at jobs, and I remember I went onto this website. I can't remember the name of the website now, but I'm pretty sure they're closed down. Basically, they were advertising a job, and they basically said you got to put your CV through, and then obviously we'll give you a call for like an interview. So I remember put my CV through. They called me back. They kind of gave me like it was a very weird interview. Like I remember at the time thinking, this is not like a typical interview. So I did the interview, and I didn't think I heard back from them for about like 2 months. And then they called me, and they said, oh yeah, you got the job, congrats. But then they asked me, oh yeah, are you willing to pay like a certain amount towards a qualification that you'll start studying?
Wow.
And now I was just like, oh, I mean, yeah, what's the harm? I think it was like something like £200.
Okay.
So I remember paying it. And then I remember, so that happened on like a Friday. The next Monday, I remember, you know where this is going. The next Monday, I googled the name of the website. And I saw
Why did you not Google it before we waited £200?
Honestly.
But the thing is, I'm laughing at you, but so what's that happened to me? Yeah, it was so funny. So there was a moment in time where I wasn't really pursuing modeling, but I was getting some sort of modeling stuff.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. So I think I saw it on Instagram. Like, oh, models wanted.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. I put in my information. Like the day after I get an email, like, congratulations, yo. Like, we've looked at your pictures that you've submitted. Like, you look the part. Come and sign up for this agency. Like, we'll get you modeling. He goes, yeah, it's cool. So then they're like, yeah, come to Old Kent Road like next week.
Yeah.
And then take some pictures. And then like we'll get you signed up to the agency. Okay. And this agency was not gonna get me jobs with like JD and shit.
Sounds legit so far.
Cool. Okay, alright. So I go to Old Kent Road, and then the alarm bells start ringing. When I pull up and it's a warehouse. It looked mad. The warehouse looked crazy, and I was thinking, okay, this is a bit interesting. So I parked up. I go inside a bit apprehensive, but there were other people like, in the waiting room. Yeah. One lady actually with her baby. I thought, I kind of eased my thing. I was like, okay, yeah, it seems alright. So I was on a waiting list, whatever. I've gone inside now. I've taken some pictures. Now another thing that was a bit strange is that they didn't provide any clothes. They told me to like
bring your own.
Bring your own. Okay, red flag. Well, okay. Anyways,
cool. So I've gone there. I've taken pictures, and then like, yeah, cool. Go back to the waiting room. Go back to the waiting room. Then I go to the boss. So they say, go upstairs to the boss. So this brother sitting there with like the champagne on his table. Yeah. Weird stuff. So it's just a weird setup, innit? One hench guy. And I was like, okay, like, what's the plan, innit? He said, yeah, he's flicking through the pictures. He's like, yeah, these are great, you know, you can send these to Gymshark, like, it's just absolutely fantastic. Like, yeah, so like, basically, you just got to sign the contract. Okay. Like, yeah, that's calm. And then, he's like, are you paying cash or card? I said, what? Pay for what? He's like, did you not read the email?
What did the
I
actual
said,
email
wait,
say?
what are you talking about? He said, yeah, the small print in the email basically said that to sign up, like to sign the contract,
Yeah.
you've got to pay £500 to enter like their portfolio.
Oh my.
And I was like, oh, bro, I don't have the money right now, bro. And he said, oh, like, you should have read the email.
Yeah.
So we've gone back and forth. And I'm like, okay, like, let me just, when I go home, I'll just pay. I knew I wouldn't. I just wanted to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
But man's getting a bit aggressive at this point. I'm thinking,
And this is
let
a
me
big guy as well. You just want to
big
get
guy.
out.
And he literally kicked me out of like some bookie back door.
Mm.
And I thought, whoa, that was close.
Yeah.
Couple months later, yeah, I get an email from a company, innit, a modelling company.
Yeah.
Similar, very similar thing. And I've put in my information. They said, congratulations. It's in East London.
Yeah.
So I go to East London. I'm in the waiting room. At the waiting room, I take the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Then they say, go speak to the boss. The same guy.
thing again.
Same
The
guy.
same guy, bro.
Same
It's
guy.
A company under a different name.
Same guy.
A different location. The
Same guy. That's crazy.
guy.
That's
I
crazy.
walked into that room, my heart dropped, fam. He recognised
And he
me,
recognised
bro.
you as well.
What did he
He
say,
recognised
go?
me. He was like, he just looked at me. These times, the scroll through the pictures was a lot faster. And then he was like, are you ready to pay today? Like, before, like, he was chatting a
Yeah,
lot.
but now he's like,
You
yeah,
know, ready to
pay
pay
off.
today. And I was like, pay? And then he's like, okay, if you're not ready to pay, then you can't sign the contract. That was a lot quicker, innit? And then I dipped. So I didn't necessarily get scammed, but yeah. it
Very
was-
close.
Yeah,
Very
very close.
close.
Very close, very close.
Nah, scam artists, man. It's a job itself, man.
It is, that's what I'm saying.
Because they spend time to think about these things, innit? And like
And
the
money.
logistics.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
you know.
and how it's gonna
Like,
work.
this
and
guy
everything.
had 2 different warehouses. He's obviously advertising on Instagram. Or like,
Yeah.
He's this is at lead. This is an operation. He's got people at reception. But then also with like your thing, I then googled it and I saw so many people said that they spent money.
Yeah.
Some lady,
Yeah.
maybe it was the same lady I saw that day. She said that they said her baby would be a good baby model, and she's invested in the baby like £700 in a portfolio, and then nothing. And
Nothing. Jeez.
Boy.
Yeah, but it's like.
I mean, I don't really know what you can learn from this, to be fair.
there's been too
Like, as in, like, obviously you pick up things, right? But, like, the learning point is just be careful. You know?
Yeah.
Learning is, basically, if you're too hungry for money, people can swindle you. Like, no pun intended. Yeah,
I like
but
that.
like, so for me, the times that I've been scammed is times that I was really
Yeah, I
young,
agree.
and I just wanted the buck now, and I took risks that I didn't need to take because I was just thinking of the money. I want money. So if you're younger listening to this, like, that's the learning.
Yeah, you also just do your research. Like, obviously, I know in my situation, I could have easily prevented me like getting. Obviously, I got the money back from the bank, but if I just done a bit more research beforehand instead of just see like a job, see a certain salary, and be like, oh, cool, this is what I want. If I just did a bit more research, easily
And
avoidable.
If it sounds too
Good
nice
to
to
be
be
true.
true.
It is, man. Listen,
Most
Like those
Yeah.
investing schemes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're guaranteed.
Yeah.
When you see guaranteed
you're not
investment,
guaranteed
nah,
that, bro. And you're not. Listen, like if there was a way that people made money like this, everyone would do it, bro.
Everyone would do it.
And so this is more us speaking to like a younger audience. So
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Because honestly, like I've made those, we've made those mistakes.
Yeah.
But when you actually deep it, if literally you could just do this and get the money, number one, why are they asking you to do it? You get it? They'll do it themselves.
Why are you so special?
And number two, everyone would be doing it. So that it's not the pattern.
And I think that the main thing is don't ever chase the money, man.
Honestly.
You know, always chase the dream.
Yeah.
Like, take that time to realize what you want to do wherever and then chase that. Don't ever chase the money because then, when does it stop?
Yeah, man, for sure. And if you're a scam artist, bro, you can be an entrepreneur. Like,
Yeah.
Change career today.
just change career path because you're very creative.
You can't hand it to them.
You're very persuasive.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And like use that to serve people and help them their lives be better and make peace from that, honestly. And you won't be watching your back because that's another mad thing. I'm not like I'm speaking from experience or anything, but I'm assuming that if you're scamming people, you're watching your back all the time, bro. You're scared, like
Yeah, you're paranoid.
it's not a good nice life to live. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So
that's what we got for you today.
yeah, that's us, yeah. Yeah, man, that's us. So yeah, man, thanks for listening, everyone. And
Yeah, cheers, people.
as you know, this is the L
Earning.
Podcast.
Love.
Out.
Bow.